I'm Andre, the solo developer behind Elder Dominion. In this video, we will take a deeper look into the city building aspect of the game. The game often begins with a settler unit, so our first steps are to explore the environment and find a good location for our first settlement. To do that, we focus on cell features like forests, the farming level of the land, and nearby resources. These elements form the foundation of production within our cities. Once we find a suitable spot, we establish our first settlement. The manpower of the settler unit, which you can see here in the unit section, is converted into actual citizens living in the new settlement. The cell we build on becomes the center of the city. At this point, the first stand is automatically constructed. The stand serves as the seat of the city's ruler. Right now there are no individual rulers or governors in the game, but I'm planning to add city governors in the future. The city is defined by its boundaries, within which we can construct additional buildings. The city menu shows us key information such as how many people live there, how many are working, and how many are assigned to the military. This leads us to one of the game's core mechanics. If we want troops for defense or conquest, we need to assign citizens to the military. But doing that means those citizens won't be available for production. That's why you might notice we already have more citizens living in the city than the original settlers' manpower. These additional citizens are distributed among other units on the map. In our case, a builder unit and a basic military unit. The city menu also displays housing related stats, such as how many homes are available and how many people are currently homeless. Population changes every turn. It can grow or shrink depending on factors like food supply, overall mood, and living conditions. If you don't have enough housing, things can get bad quickly. To fix that, we start by building tents, which are fast to place but offer limited space and don't increase the urban level of the cell. Houses, on the other hand, take longer to build but provide more living space and do increase the urban level. This urban level is important. It unlocks access to more advanced buildings like marketplaces, theaters, libraries, and more. Speaking of the marketplace, citizens need food and they will simply take it from the city's storage. But if we want to generate coins, which we definitely do, we will need a marketplace where citizens actually buy food and other goods they desire. That's why we aim to build a marketplace early on. It requires at least urban level 1, and luckily our city center starts at that level, so we can place it there right away. The next round has begun, but our buildings are still under construction, so let's use this time to expand and build even more. Our settlement needs food production, so we are going to build a farm. However, each cell only has 6 building slots, so we need to think carefully about where to place it. This spot here looks promising. The farming level is negative, which can happen if the land is infertile, like in this example over here. Let's expand our city to include this cell. We do that through the city menu. When we hover over the expansion option, we see the expansion cost. It's not optional, so we go ahead and pay the price to annex the neighboring cell. Now that we have expanded, we can build our farm, but there's a catch. A farm requires at least farming level 1. Luckily, we can improve the cell by building a field first. Fields, just like tents, are built instantly. And as we can see here in the cell overview, placing the field has already increased the farming level. Now we can try to build the farm. And yes, there it is. This building takes time to construct, so we will need to wait a few turns. You may have already noticed buildings consume resources, not just when they are being constructed, but also every turn as a maintenance cost. Beside coins, many buildings also require wood and tools. So let's also build a forester to produce wood. As expected, the forester requires a forest level of at least 1, so we need to expand our city again to reach an appropriate cell. With every new expansion, the cost increases, so while creating a massive city is possible, it becomes expensive quickly. A smarter long-term strategy would be to build additional settlements, but that's a topic for another video. For now, we have placed the forester, and now we just need to wait until construction is complete. Now it's time. Our first house and marketplace are finished. That's great news. If we open a city menu and head to the economy tab, we can now see what our city is up to. Right now, our production is still at 0. We are waiting for the production buildings to finish. But under maintenance, we are already seeing some ongoing costs from existing buildings. Our military units also have needs, they want to get paid. Our citizens need food as well, and they consume wood to keep warm. If you look closely, you will notice a small income in coins coming in from the citizens. This is thanks to the marketplace we built earlier. Further down the page, we can see the item pricing and market capacity. Prices adjust each turn based on how many goods are in the city storage compared to the market's capacity. If you have more of a resource than the market can handle, we flood the market and the price drops. But if we manage to keep just the right amount, meeting demand without oversupplying, we can sell our goods at a decent price. The page also shows our earnings from the previous turn and the projection for the next turn. Keep in mind, this is only an estimate, things can change from turn to turn depending on production, consumption and external factors. Let's end this round and see how our production buildings progress. By the way, even if a building is still under construction, we can already check its building menu to see how many turns are left. This menu is currently a temporary UI, and I plan to improve it in the future, but for now it gives us the key info we need. According to it, our farm will be finished next round. Here we go, round 4. We have already earned some coins, our population has grown, and both the farm and forester are now finished. Let's jump back into the economy tab. But why we can't see any production yet? That's because we haven't assigned any citizens as workers. And that's also why you have seen this little question mark icon above the buildings. So let's fix that. To assign workers, we simply click on the building, and here this slider shows how many citizens we can assign. As we drag the slider, we actively assign workers to the building. And at the same time, we can see exactly what it will produce once it's operational. Heading back to the economy tab, we can now see the update. Our city is officially producing food. Let's do the same for the forester. And now our settlement is really up and running. But here's the thing. We could actually assign even more workers. If we look into the city menu, we will notice that all of our available citizens are already assigned, but we still have some manpower locked up in military units like this common soldier. To bring that manpower back into the workforce, we need to move the unit into the city area and then release it through the unit menu. And now, just like that, our city has more citizens available for production. Let's assign them to our buildings and ramp up production even more. This is our first round after the production buildings were completed. And as you can see, we have actually produced some goods. I think this is a good place to wrap up the video. There's still so much more to explore in Elder Dominion, like the religion system, which is already partially implemented in this early version. It's deeply connected to the game's elder magic powers, and that opens up a whole new layer of strategy and lore. Then there's the combat system and units in general. There will be a weapon system where you can actually equip your units, and factors like the environment will influence the outcome of battles. We will also cover more complex topics like citizen migration, trade between cities, and not just your own cities either. So yeah, there's a lot ahead, but we will go through it step by step. And there's still a long road to walk, which is exactly where you can get involved. Let me know what you think, share your feedback in the comments below, or better yet, join the Discord server. You will find the link in the description. If you have suggestions or ideas for new features you do like to see added, let's talk about it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.